Hey everyone, welcome to Bridgeport, Alabama. We are on our way to the train depot and it is around 7:30 in the morning and it's going to be a beautiful day here in March. Bridgeport is the city in Jackson County, Alabama and has a population of about a little over 2,000 people. Bridgeport was the site of a major battle on April the 29th in 1862 when Union General Ormsby Mitchell seized control of the city and numerous other small actions over the following year as the Confederate forces attempted to regain control of the area. The city was burned by Confederate troops under General Braxton Bragg in the summer of 1863 until it was reoccupied by the Union forces. There is no doubt that Bridgeport is a railroad town. The Bridgeport Depot is home to a lot of railroad memorabilia as well as a range of local artifacts. Some of the museum pieces can be found outside as well. The Sequatchie Valley Railroad still runs from Bridgeport to Jasper. Our first train of the day is the CSX northbound intermodal heading to Stevenson, Alabama. After the CSX train has passed, we decided to head east or south, depending on the railroad, to Nickajack Lake, which is a beautiful countryside with beautiful vistas for photography. Here we catch a Norfolk Southern train as it head east to Chattanooga with CSX Power in the lead. Upon arriving in Chattanooga, we decided to head to the Butch Yard. Here, assortment of power is sitting at the engine facility, including this Erie Heritage Unit. As we entered Chattanooga, there wasn't much action in the Butch Yard on Norfolk Southern since there was track work being done just east of the yard. Although it was a surprise seeing a clear signal for the CSX southbound. We decided to go to 10 Bridge. Here at 10 Bridge, we had an eastbound waiting for a clear signal. Turns out there was a westbound coming towards us. This last shop included our northern neighbor from Canada. A Norfolk Southern westbound heads through Wauhatchie with a very familiar horn if you're from the Northeast. This train concludes our first trip to Bridgeport, Alabama. In 2 weeks, we are back in Bridgeport and catch this westbound Norfolk Southern train headed towards Stevenson. We decided to chase it to Stevenson for another meet with another train. Too bad there wasn't any film, but I did get a couple of photos out of it. Upon driving towards Nickajack Lake, we stumbled across this Canadian National leader, a new ET-44 locomotive, leading a Norfolk Southern train towards Bridgeport, Alabama. So we decided to chase it up Nickajack Lake to Bridgeport to catch it there. We decided to head west out of Stevenson, Alabama to capture the train going through some beautiful countryside. Here in Wauhatchie Yard, there was an assortment of CSX power, including some ex-Conrail units and this Mosaic Industry locomotive. After catching the Canadian National, we stumbled upon a BNSF coal train heading east. The chase was a struggle since the train was basically going track speed throughout the countryside. This beautiful bridge spans over the Tennessee River and was completed in 1854, and it connected to the city of Chattanooga. The bridge was among those targeted by the East Tennessee Bridge burning conspiracy in November 1861 during the Civil War. There was an attempt that failed, and the bridge would be burned twice during the course of the war. Here we catch a Norfolk Southern westbound intermodal train as it clears over the Tennessee River into Bridgeport, Alabama. While I was taking pictures, I noticed that the trailing unit, an ET-44, had a sign on the side of it, and I couldn't figure out what it was, so I decided to chase the train all the way to Stevenson, Alabama to get a closer look. Only moments later, we have another NS westbound heading into Stevenson, Alabama. Stevenson, Alabama is where the Norfolk Southern and CSX lines split off. Here, there's a beautiful train station and some memorabilia outside. Since track work has been completed on the CSX for the day, we see a parade of CSX trains. Finally, this Norfolk Southern train receives a clear signal to move east. Our last train for our trip finally comes into view. Note the variety of power on the head end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for another adventure as we capture and preserve railroad history. Cheers, everyone. and it's just how we take videos on stuff. And he's got it. Would you drop your...
Oh, you were recording, asshole.